Hey y'all, welcome back. Thank you for watching today's video. I want to share the things that I love about running my own private practice. And I think about there are a lot of things I miss from working in the public sector, mostly just the people. I miss former clients, I miss former colleagues, I miss being able to just pop my head into somebody's office and be like, hey girl, can I talk about this case? But I truly love the flexibility and freedom that running my business gives me as well. And some of the less talked about things that I enjoy about my business is some of the things that are very scary as well. I love being able to call the shots. And so it is a lot to come up with all the strategies, all the marketing practices, the procedures, right, the systems that I put in place to make things run smoothly. That was a lot of work on the front end to even decide how I wanted to do those things and what resources I needed to implement them. But I think there is freedom in, oh, hey, when I get a new client inquiry, this is how I want to handle it. There was a place that I worked at where new client inquiries and like a person wanting to come in and initiate services, it was no joke, like an 8-step process. And and they talked to like a coordinator and then an intake of like a phone intake person, and then they talked to another person that like gathered their I don't know if it was like demographic information or credit card information, and that third person scheduled them, and then they came for their intake with me, and then after that maybe they would be on my caseload or maybe they would be on somebody else's caseload. So convoluted, so convoluted. And now, one, I'm a one woman show. So if they talk to me on the phone, if they're emailing, it is all me. And I like this simplified version. And I think being able to decide what processes and systems make sense for me, and I've gotten feedback from clients, and it is so much less of a headache. And I think about like all the places I've worked where they made top down decisions, where somebody who was not client facing made decisions that impacted clinicians and clients. And then we're like, hey, that's kind of clunky, or actually, that doesn't make sense with our other workflow. And so being the one that gets to decide, oh, I set my hours. I set the hours that I'm available. Oh, I can decide after an initial consultation, if I don't think I'm a good fit, I can refer them out. I know clinicians can relate. We've worked in plenty of places where even if we don't think that we are the best fit therapist, or we feel like maybe the client is struggling with something that we have less familiarity with, we may still be forced to see that client. Even when that kind of makes us feel icky, even when we're like, hey, yeah, no, but they'd actually be a better fit on so-and-so's caseload. And I really, really love that one, like, talk about a reframe, right? That the freedom can feel so scary of like, oh my God, it's all on you. And also, oh yeah, this is kind of nice. I get to call the shots. I get to decide these things. Next thing that I truly love about having my private practice is just knowing that I have support from my friends and family. And I always knew that everybody cared and those types of things. But I think since starting my private practice, one, my kids told me that it was really cool. And my kids have pulled up my therapy website while they were at school to show their friends because they were proud of me. And when they told me that, I was like, oh, one, I didn't even know you knew how to Google me at school. And I'm geeked that that is something that they would want to share in and celebrate. And I think about family friends who have told me that they have shared my contact information with other people who are also trying to get into the field, or referred me to somebody else for therapy. And knowing that I have their support, it means the world to me. And I think that my mom always says, it takes a village. And I've known that. I've heard that my entire life. And I grew up in a really big apartment complex. And I went to pretty much elementary school, middle school, and high school with all the same kids. So I knew that there were people that supported me. And now, all this time has passed, and seeing how my village has grown and continues to support me, I think it's just been it's been amazing. And I guess that segues me into the third thing that I love, which is just sharing the insights and the beautiful moments that I get to have with my clients, or new things that I learn about myself, or things that feel like a universal truth about anxiety, things that I learn that I get to share with others. Whether that is in touching the lives of my clients and getting to witness their stories and their transformations, or posting content and sharing a relatable insight about anxiety, getting to put my voice out there, it's a special thing that we get to do. And I say get to do because it's a privilege. Um, and I think that considering the flexibility and the reach and the support, I would not rather have it any other way. And before I started my private practice, I've shared this, that when other clinicians would be leaving the places that I worked at, saying they were going into private practice, I was always like, couldn't be me. Like, that seemed so scary. And now, after having done it, I think starting your private practice is one of those things where nothing can truly prepare you for this experience except for being in it. And then you just understand it in a different way, much like going to grad school and parenting and these other big momentous challenges that we hear about from other people, but we don't really know. We don't really know until it is us walking that path. And my advice, I guess, from all of this and sharing the things that I love is just, if this is something that you're interested in doing, or you've already started building your private practice, is to not be so discouraged. Because I think a lot of times I thought that things would move so much faster, and they didn't. And I hear this from a lot of folks where they think that they're going to post something and go viral immediately, or they're like, oh my God, like I opened up 3 weeks ago and I don't have my first client. But it will take longer than you think, and also not as long as you think, which sounds so cryptic. Let me know what you love about running your private practice, and if you have any questions about starting your private practice, or kind of just like what it's like on the day-to-day, please leave a comment or message me, and I would love to make a video about it and answer things that I'm able to. Alrighty, take care, y'all.